Hi everyone! Welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. So today, it's going to be a little bit different. I don't have a final project to show you, but I will show you how to make this. We are going to be making a Advent gift box. And it will have 25 little boxes in it. To make the little boxes, you will need, for each one, you'll need one piece of cardstock that's 9 by 9 and a piece of cardstock that is 3 by 9 and 5/8. And we are going to be starting with the 9 by 9 piece of paper. So grab your scoreboards, and we're going to score on all 4 sides the same measurement. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. You're going to turn that around. Again, 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. Turn it around. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. And then one more time, we turn this around. 1 or 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2, and 3. So once you get that cut out, or once you get that scored, we are going to cut out the 4 large squares. So that is going to be these 4 sections we're going to cut out. So I am going to use my finger blade. If you want, you can use, let me turn some light on. If you want, you can use scissors or your paper trimmer. I just find using my finger blade a little bit easier. And you want to cut out the score marks as well. So just like that, I'm going to do it to all 4 corners, and then I will be back to show you the next step. Now you want a ruler and a pencil, and we're going to be working on 2 opposite sides of this. So starting with the side that's closest to you, you want to put the ruler at 1/2 inch along the edge, and then you want to make a line across the 1-inch part that's closer to you. And then we're going to do that on this opposite side of the same, or opposite end of the same side of the box. So if you look, I have 2 1/2-inch marks on this little piece right here, this 1-inch piece. And then we're just going to turn it so that the marks we made are away from us, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So now, again, you can use your finger blade, or you can use scissors or your paper trimmer. I'm going to use scissors for this. You are going to start at the corner, cut to your line, cut straight across on it, and then cut to your next score line. So again, we cut from corner to the drawn line we made, cut along that line, and then cut to the next score mark so that it looks like this when you're done. And we are going to do the same thing on this side. And there are punches to do these shadow boxes, but because of the way I designed this, they won't work. The width and the height are different measurements. So it will take some time, but you will have to cut them by hand if you want to make this. So now we're just going to fold on all of our score marks that we made. And we are going to start with the 2 ends that have the notches. You want to take your glue and glue the outer 1/2-inch tab and then stick it to the center square. And you want to butt it up against itself, so it's like this. Have a nice thick wall that's 1/2 inch wide and 1 inch tall. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And then to glue our other two sides, we are going to, again, glue the 1/2 inch tab down. And this might get a little finicky because it's small, but if you coax it, it will work. So once you have that, like that, we're going to move on to this side first before we glue the corners down. You have to re-glue this one. Sometimes I just don't want to stick. Okay, so we have this. Now we're going to slightly pull these two out from underneath these ones. And we are going to add a little bit of glue to the corners here. And I just like adding a little triangle of glue to make sure that it won't seep out from underneath. And then you just want to stick that back in there. And then I like to kind of sit up on the side so that it sticks. And just hold it there for a couple seconds. And it'll tack there and stick. So we're going to do the other side now. And we have a little box. And now we need to make the outside part so that this can be a little drawer that can pop in and out. And that requires the 3 by 9 5/8 inch piece. Put this in your scoreboard with the 9 5/8 at the top, and we're going to score this at 1 1/8, 4 1/4, 5 3/8, and 8 1/2. And then we're just going to fold and burnish on all of our score marks. And then we are just going to add a little bit of glue to one of the outer tabs, just like so. And then attach it to the other outer tab to make a little drawer for our box. These will fit in better one way than they do the other, so just figure out which way you want them to go in. I think I like this way better. So here's your box, and you can decorate it if you want. There is on the boxes I made, I added a little handle, and I will show you how to make that. I'm going to decorate this really quick and then show you the handle part. So I have my decorated box and I have my little handle here. My handle is 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. You can make it bigger or smaller if you want. This is just the size I want to do. And I'm just going to score at 1/2 inch on both sides here. I'm just going to fold these like so. And then I'm going to start on one side here. Add a little bit of glue. And I'm going to take my ruler and I put these 1/4 inch in from the edge and 1/4 inch in from the top and bottom. So I'm just going to place that on my box here. And then go to the other side and carefully stick this side down on my box. And now I have a little handle that when it's inside the gift box will pull in and out of my little drawer.